Hey everyone, so in this video, I've realized two things. One, I haven't had an intro in any other video yet. And I realized that because one, I'm in a floating block. It's like I'm levitating, I'm meditating on these facts. And two, is that I was in the process of editing a video that may come out tomorrow, next day, maybe even today, I don't know, sometime in this week. And my plan was I was going to record the video, then afterward, I was going to make the intro for it, just kind of add it on at the beginning. And I realized that was my plan for all of my videos, and it never happened. So, I deeply apologize for the random starts that we've had in past videos, especially the Halo Infinite intro, because it wasn't an intro, it was just kind of this random spurt of me and Zero talking in the middle of a conversation. So, yeah, sorry about that. Try to change it in the future, and after this I'm making the intro for the next video that's coming out later. But without further ado, let's get into the topic of today's video. Now, today's video is different. My friend Pixelized, as he's maybe better known, is a friend of mine who's also a YouTuber. He's almost close to 100 subs, so why don't you go over to his channel as well? Get him that 100 subs. That would be so nice. And in the process, while you're down there, look at the links in the description. Hit a subscribe button on mine as well. I wanna catch up to him. I am a little later starting than he was, but I still really want to catch up to him. Have 100 subs, maybe by the end of the week even. Let's get that view count up. Let's just get the spiral of good things going on. But he has started a hardcore series, and it made the realization to him that he was bad at building. And so he made it a goal to work on his building skills and improve them. That's good. That's great. I love it when people do that. But he started Minecraft a little later than I did. I started Minecraft in the old 360 days, when I flowed. Oh, what was that? Anyway, when redstone blocks weren't even a thing, no joke, and through Zero mostly, but we have put together some building tips to elaborate on his building tips. He has 3 videos out, I'm pretty sure, on some building tips, and he has definitely improved, and I hope I see that in his next few hardcore videos. But I just want to fix, maybe elaborate, tell you guys what he said right, maybe fix or tweak some things that he said wrong, or the better places to use it, and give you guys a few tips of my own. So, one that stuck out to me the most was, of course, gradients. Now, why is there just floating blocks? There it is again! Or is it the... I don't get it. Neither am I going to question it. But anyway, in his video, he said that gradients was definitely helpful, and he used different types of wood and placed it on the side of a small house. Now, that's not the best way to use gradients. Using color gradients in your building, or in other words, putting a lighter color to a darker color, or vice versa, is... I think it's that word, is a lot better on medium or large builds. And where I like to use it the most is in cave mines or stuff like that, to where you, like, as you descend, the color gets darker and darker. making it like kind of an eerie feeling almost, especially if you use some sort of plant or like soul lanterns if you can into that build. It just makes a great vibe for the build. Or if you're doing like one in the clouds, maybe you're using different types of whites to actually make it a better looking cloud. And I'll get more into detailing later. But using gradients on a small build isn't going to be the best option. It's just going to look kind of sloppy. It's going to kind of look like you ran out of wood early in the build and you needed something to fill in. If you want to do a smaller build, definitely do a solid wood color, maybe variants of that wood such as stripped logs or logs. We got full logs, regular logs that's not six-sided. We got the planks. We got a lot of options for one type of wood. So smaller builds, keep it to a minimum if anything, and try to use it wisely. Now, speaking of smaller builds, this is the outside or exterior, which is another tip. This one he did get very right. Putting a platform or some sort of area where you want to build your base is a great way to get a base started. And if you, like in this case, I used spruce and dark oak to actually make this build. I used dark oak stripped logs for the side and for the roof, and for planks, and I used the spruce for staircases and the roof. Now, one thing I found out by way of Zero is that using stairs and waterlogging them, or putting water in the open side of the stair, is a very good way to make it look rustic, make the build look like it's been there a long time, and that water dripping from the ceiling. Now, there's a way of making water drip from ceilings, but this isn't quite the build to do it in, since it's not like in an enclosed area. If you want to have water dripping, it'll best be using it in a cave or a underground base, maybe a basement, but not anything above ground. The other thing that I really like is that I haven't used as much is using grass and trapdoors to kind of make a nice flower pot. And also on the side here, using azalea trees and potted plants to put on posts. Again, makes your base come a little more three-dimensional and alive. And I love soul lanterns. Now, this is an example of kind of combining the two things, and also getting our third tip is the interior. Now, this was a whole separate video on his channel. I'm pretty sure. If not, I think he's gonna make it in the future. I have been talking to him, so. And again, me and Zero worked on this. I kind of put in the base, worked on bookshelves, and kind of made a blank slate. And he helped me put in atmospheric. So he helped me put like these different types of blocks, such as rooted dirt. I didn't even know existed until just now, to be completely honest. Putting small drip leaves inside of the water, candles, cobwebs. This is kind of a vibe of a old abandoned library. And you got barrels here, candles on the barrels, and these vines, these glowberry vines. What I've done is I've put glass beneath them so they don't go any further. I mean, while you can run into the glass and kind of cause a complication, you got these random white things floating, it helps it from not having the glowberries totally dominate the room, because it just goes all the way to the floor if you don't stop it. So it's kind of a lose-win situation, but I just think it looks a lot better if you put the glass there to stop it. Now back here, we have these, not cobwebs, we have these spore blossoms. Now, spore blossoms are a really special plant in the sense that it makes a great atmosphere. See these small little green particles kind kind of floating around. Yeah, we have them hidden in these little staircases, and it's emitting off that radiance. So there is that as well. And you can see that we have used gradients in this build. We started from dark oak and worked our way to regular oak. Now, we could have done 4. I just think if it was a little taller, it would make much better. We could have put birch wood on top of here, but for this build, it just didn't work. Another thing that I've kind of learned for making it look rustic or old is using mossy stone bricks as well as regular stone. Probably one of my favorite maneuvers, just because it makes it look so much better, like you've put more time into it, and just makes it overall more appeasing and eye-pleasing. The other tip in this is kind of a small one, but you can make the look of empty bookshelves by using the sides of looms. See, the looms, not this side, but this side it looks like there's empty shelves. I love using this trick. It again makes it have that rustic appearance. I just wish there was like a cobweb that you could be placing in that corner, making it look like the bookshelves are really empty. And of course I have an old set of armor, because why not? And this water dripping through, kind of leaking out like it's in some sort of facility. It's just more ways to make it very atmospheric and very just fun to be in. Now, an added tip for me is using terraining. And unless you watch big building YouTubers such as Grian, Good Times with Scar, some of the ones you usually see on Hermitcraft. Forget I said CubeCraft, that's a server. We've played on that before, that's the video I'm editing right now. But using terraining is something you have to work at to master, and I have not mastered it by any means. But using terraining to make a small hill for a base, or to make something level, just is, again, a very good way to kind of keep the natural of it, but it is very tempting to just go around in rings when creating it. As you kind of see here, I wish I haven't done this, but it looks like the old Mojang logo. Anyway, this is kind of another way of doing an exterior. It's not my favorite. I don't like these glass here. I kind of found it as inspiration on Pinterest from a larger build, and I kind of tried to scale it down. It just doesn't look as good, and I just think the roof is really like large and buff. So if you take inspiration from anything, don't do it in this. Take inspiration from that or that. The other thing is custom trees. It's his it's actually his newest video on his little building series that he's having, and we couldn't pull it off. We made, actually it's like right here, we made a humongous tree, and it looked like it was the size of Afghanistan. It was chunky, it was huge, it really was very, very large, and it did not work. Although I spent like an hour this morning building it, it didn't work. And when you're building, you just kind of gotta know that you gotta know that you're gonna say, okay, this build doesn't look good, I'm gonna have to restart. It's just a fact of life, even in life, that you're gonna have to redo things. In building, don't really just settle for the lowest. Try to go as high as you can with detailing and stuff like that. Now, this is a custom tree from the azaleas. The azalea tree, I don't like it. I don't like it. We planted an azalea tree, and it just was all curved. It looked like the Hunchback of Notre Dame. It was a very strange tree. We tried to do something, and it didn't work. And then, of course, this is a 2x2 spruce tree, I'm pretty sure. It's a spruce, right? Yeah, this is spruce. And how you do is make this is you plant 4 spruce saplings in a square, then put a bone meal on it, and you got this ginormous tree. I just think this looks very good because it gives you puzzle, which is a very great atmospheric, again, ground covering for the tree. And this makes it look a whole lot better. Now, if you want to chop it down and you need wood, go ahead and replant it after you've done it, not only because it saves the trees, but this tree just looks awesome. Come on, you gotta admit it. Now, down here is a list of the leaves, darkest to lightest. And we got spruce, birch, oak, jungle, acacia, dark oak, azalea, and flower. Now, dark oak and acacia. We were putting this together, and Zero was like, wait. I tried to look at acacia, and they're registering as the same thing. So, we don't know if this is just the same texture for these leaves. We think it's like one of those pixel difference things, and Mojang just hasn't put in that sort of AI to say, oh, it's one pixel different. Of course it's this block. It kind of just blends somehow. So acacia and dark oak, it can go either way. Use one or the other if you have an abundance of one, maybe. But there is that. Now, the last thing I'm gonna have is walls. You got, well, on one side, you got a pretty nice brick wall, which is made by, obviously, brick slabs, brick staircases, lanterns, and it makes a great surrounding place, maybe for a garden. And then we tried to, again, use the azaleas trees. We're trying to figure out the best way to make them look good, and it is difficult. They are a very, very weird tree. Just how they curve when being made. Here, I'll show you. If I can find it. Let me find it. Azalea, right? Yeah, okay. So if we use azalea and bone meal, then what we get is a very very odd tree. It's like you got this whole back exposed, and it looks like you're trying to fire off leaves like it's a machine gun or something. And the wood is just really curved. It doesn't make sense. Why, Mojang? Why? Why is this a thing? Why does this grow naturally? It just hurts my eyes. Ow. But those are just a few tips. If this video goes pretty well in terms of likes and comments, comment what you want to see as a tip, or if you have tips for me, comment those down below. Even if you don't, you want to say hi, go ahead, do it. I'm gonna read them anyway. I can crouch. Why can I not crouch? I can crouch now. But, tell me what you want to see in the future. And, as I said before, I have another video coming out probably right after this, if the upload time is pretty good. And, hopefully I'll start recording. I have realized that I do need to record more often. Because I have it on monthly right now, and it's not good. But I do want to say, before I go, thank you guys so much for the support that I've had on the Hive episode 1. It was my first video ever, and I have about 100 something views right now, as we speak. That is a very good first video view count. That's really good, and I want to thank you for that. Also, if any of you have seen my Inktober short, I have 400 something views on that. That is insane. It's my most viewed video for Inktober. And again, I just want to say thank you so much for that, if you're watching. And again, tell me if you want to see more drawings. I do draw quite often, and building, in my opinion, is a type of drawing. It's 3D drawing. So, if you want, send me some ideas or Tell me if you even want to see it, and I will do so. And I'll see you in the next one.